Well, I know everybody always wants the city to do something to bring jobs in. Um, and I know that the city always tries its best to do that. But in reality, the city is not on its own a job creator. That's fact, whether we like it or not. The city can do a lot of things to attract people to the community, can do a lot of things to help a new business over some of the hurdles that it might otherwise have. But the city itself can't say, well, we're gonna make 3 new jobs. It just doesn't happen without massive tax increases. And of course, we don't want that. In reality, I think businesses are attracted to the same things in a city that people are attracted to. If someone who is thinking about starting a business comes to town and they see things that make them feel like they'd like to live in the town, then they're much more likely to put their business here or to consider putting their business here. If someone comes to town and sees a well kept up downtown, they see some new infrastructure in place, like the buildings we've put up lately, they see activities going on all the time, that's generally the sort of thing that makes them say, gee, maybe I could live here, maybe I could have a business here. And that gets the foot in the door. And then we have a number of ways of encouraging them once they get here. But the problem really is we have to keep the city a place that everybody would like to live in order to make businesses want to be here.
Businesses, I think the role of the city should be to provide the basic services at a reasonable cost, our water and our sewer rates. Businesses, I'm quite sure, are going to be looking at those. Make sure that our fire department, our public safety is up to snuff. Business insurance rates, our homeowners insurance rates are affected by the rating of our local fire department. So I think if we can keep all of those things efficient and affordable, it's going to help. Make sure that our city staff and everybody is trained and they have the technology to be able to answer questions from prospective business people. I know they're doing a wonderful job now, but just to make sure that we keep all that up. And the technology things, the infrastructure for technology is generally borne by a city. We have our industrial park, we have the fiber optic cable that's there, we have adequate water and sewer for those areas, and we need to keep maintaining those things. We need to support our Economic Development Committee. They've done a wonderful job. In the past month, I believe 22 new jobs have been added to Pine City with the Premier Products and the cheese factory. The city helped them out in certain ways to get that to come here. But again, for the city to provide the basic functions of city government, keep it affordable and effective for any potential business owners is essential for helping that out.
Number 2 actually goes along with number 1 for me. When you talk about economic development, I'm looking majorly at industrial park. We have to get that developed right now so we can put something in there to create the space so people can, businesses can come in, create jobs, make everybody happy. Job creation, there are so many empty buildings right now in Pine City that, what do you do? We have to let we have to support the smaller businesses also that are trying to stay afloat. I don't think personally expanding a liquor store is the answer for money. I really don't. We need to find a way somehow to bring money into the city to let it grow. Because if it does not grow, it will not survive.
Economic development, job creation, and business creation, and retention in Pine City. Well, not one thing is going to fix it, but a combination will take a lot of hard work and cooperation and courage to try things a little bit differently than they've been done in the past, because it's a little haphazard at the moment. We've been here 14 years, and businesses come and businesses go. They last on average about 2 years, and they need to last 3 to 5 years before they hit a profit margin. So what can we do to make sure that they understand that and they stay afloat that long? Right now, we're drawing a lot of people into town with different things. We have Pine Tech. If college students come, we have a lack of student housing for them. What is it that they can do after classes? Where can they go and study? What can they do? What do we have to support them? And once they're in town, how can we keep them in town for a little bit longer? We have things drawing people to town through the Beth Library we have around. We've got flea market, art and park, and fur post. How can we link all those and bring them down into our downtown after they've been here? A business route would definitely draw people off the freeway and into downtown. We don't have much there at the moment. We have our parks and natural resources that we can get them here. And we can convince them they can have a pleasurable day, but what would they do? I would like to see a website put up. We already have a city website, that a thing with day trips. If you're gonna come spend a day in Pine City, what would you do? Like, go here and do this, go here and do that. If I had family come in, what could we do for the weekend? That would be important, and plant seeds with people and get them here to enjoy it. We have empty shopping exchanges in the north and the south, and it seems we're afraid of competition. Competition makes us do things smarter, and it draws in more people to town. Don't be afraid of competition. The industrial park, yes, there's some empty spaces that need to be filled, along with my beloved soccer fields that we've been using. And land for future development would be wise, but filling up the empty spaces first, I think, would be better. And with our downtown, one of the things that I would love to see is incremental leases. If I was a business owner, I had an empty storefront, I'm paying property taxes on it, nobody's in it. If you can't afford the full rent, how about opting in at a lower rent until the business is established, and then working towards a higher rent? There's lots of creative things that could be done. I would like to support shop local campaigns, and as a city council member, whatever could I get, I would love to be able to spend it downtown supporting them. And businesses, I think, should be able to work together and piggyback off each other's efforts. If you come to my business, I'll send you over to your business and work together and have some different deals. And I would be excited to see a shopping district. Everybody loves going to shop at a shopping mall. We go out of town all the time to go shopping. It has consistent hours, we know it's there. How can we create that in downtown Pine City and have people enjoy being there and know it's there and that it's all open all at the same time? And we do have that 90-10 dilemma. 90% of people commute out of our town. There's 10% of people support the downtown businesses. And in the evening, we need something for them to do when they're all back home.
Thanks, Robin. Paul?
Well, first off, every time I sit at a council meeting and I'm on the EDA committee, the first thing I hear people talk about is, what's your school system like? I think Pine City school system is above and beyond anything in the area outside of the metro. Then we have Pine Tech that does a very fine job of working with businesses to provide on-the-job training at Pine Tech or at the business site. Back to the economic development. Jobs, we gotta keep our eyes and ears open for people that are looking for the possibility of coming to Pine City. Pine City has EDA has a revolving loan fund for people who qualify for that. As previously mentioned, we have two new businesses in town, Premier Plastics and Alco Cheese, and we provided loans to both those companies at the maximum loan rate. I drive by Premier every day of the week, and their parking lot right now must have at least 20 cars in it. So I know that there's production going on there, there's trucks coming and going constantly, so I know there are things going there. The EDA committee works all the time, not just at the EDA meetings, but all the time. They provide a lot of the prospective people coming to town with about 6 sources of where they can go for help and for revenue to get their businesses going. It takes more than just somebody coming to town with an idea to make a business work. They've got to come in with a business plan. That's the #1 criteria for the development corporation, is to make sure that the people have a business plan before they come down and expect to get a big loan.